Alright guys, what is up? Your boy Cole back with another video, and in this video we're going to be teaching us how to get better at keyboard and mouse. Now you guys are probably wondering, like, who the heck's this guy?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Controller player, old man, you know, washed up, has been, never was, you know what I mean? Teaching us how to play on keyboard. Now, if I were to have made this video 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a year ago, it would have been unprecedented, unwarranted. But there was a span on recently in my stream where I was playing on controller all day, and then the last like 2-3 hours of my stream I would grind keyboard and mouse for good reason. You guys might think I'm just a trader, whatever you think, who cares? It's for good reason. It's for surge tags, and I will explain that in this video why it's important. Or if you want to switch, I'll give you guys tips on how to get better, because within the 2-3 weeks of me playing keyboard every day for like 2 hours a day, I truly did improve to a level that I didn't think I could hit in that short of a period of time. Like, I would play the zone wars and I would just run around frying, and I'd win the little 3v3 zone wars matches, like the fills, the zone wars fills, you know what I mean? You enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you like the video, subscribe. Gotta hit 140k, which is kind of nuts. Like the plaque, thank you guys for the plaque. It's all you guys. Let's get into it. To specify what I was going into before, I'm gonna go into creative load in. So one of my biggest issues these last few seasons was surge, and anyone who watches me on the regular, on the daily, every single day, night and day, all day, whatever, 364, 365, 24/7. If you watch me, you know the last 2 seasons, my biggest issue in competitive Fortnite has been surge. When it comes to stack lobbies, I'm pretty good all year. All season, I'm pretty solid. Oh my god, this skin is some cheeks, but you know what? If you like it, you like it, whatever. There may be a lot of reasons you guys want to play keyboard and mouse or want to switch. I have a lot of people that say, hey, Cole, I'm very good at keyboard mouse. I'm very good at controller. I'm about equal on both. What should I stay with? I always say, stick with your gut, like whichever one you think is more fun, because that'll keep you on the game longer, whichever one you enjoy. I'm not switching to keyboard mouse, and this has been very apparent for a long time. I've explained this on stream a million times. I am no means am I switching to keyboard mouse. I do enjoy playing it. I think it adds something new to the game that isn't always there. I love learning something new and grinding something I'm not good at until I improve. I do this a lot on stream with different things, but some of you guys may want to play keyboard mouse full time, which is fine, and I will try to help you guys in this video because I did improve a significant amount in a short period of time. Some of you guys might just want to do it for the same reason I did, for surge. And for those of you in the replies, in the comments, that would say, hey Cole, why don't you just get keyboard mouse surge tags on controller, this video is kind of for you because you're clueless. Don't say that. Surge tags on controller are nowhere near as good because long distance aim assist is not as prevalent as it is close range. Now, I have not played keyboard mouse in a couple weeks because I've been playing Apex, and I've been during FNCS, so I haven't been grinding it as much. But basically, the reason I've been playing it as much as I have been is for surge specifically. Like I said, I haven't played in a while, so I'm definitely a bit rusty. But the reason I've been playing it in the first place is for surge, because as you guys know, storm surge on controller is very difficult to get from distance, and it has kind of cost me my last 2 FNCSs later on when the games get really stacked and you literally need to hit every tag possible. Keyboard players have always just been able to hit more tags. A lot of pro players, which you believe it or not, have come into my stream and said the reason I don't play with controller players or refuse to play with controller players is because they are incapable of getting surge tags at the level that keyboard mouse players do. So for me, playing was strictly to improve keyboard mouse, so I switched to keyboard mouse mid game when I'm posted up looking for tags, and I get my little, I get my little 1x1, and I just literally look for surge tags. And the reason, some people may wonder why I was playing on keyboard mouse so much on stream, and the reason is my justification is people are like, why don't you just kovacs if you want to get good at keyboard mouse with your aim, because you're just looking for tags. You don't need to have good mechanics, but you do need to have good mechanics. If you have bad mechanics, your crouch up and down isn't going to be as effective. Like, say someone's right there, you want to crouch and shoot a little bit, you're not going to be as good at it. And you also are more prone to getting headshot sniped. Your movement's not going to be as good. You don't know your binds as well. Say someone boat rockets you, you're not going to be able to as effectively. If someone blows up your base for some reason, or if RPGs there are in the game, someone blows up your base, you're going to be uncomfortable and stiff, and you're not going to be able to perform as well on keyboard mouse. When I first started off, like the first week, when someone would do something to my base or like come close to me, I felt like it was really uncomfortable switching back to controller when I was on keyboard. And I also felt like there was a chance where I could die, or I'm more prone to getting headshot sniped in a top tier lobby with top tier players. So you basically just want to be as not stiff as possible, if that makes any sense. Like, you don't want to have bad mechanics. You want to have like decent mechanics. Like I said, I haven't played in like probably a month, so this is like, but it's still a lot better than it used to be. And like not playing for a month is a lot of time, believe it or not. Wait, am I on West? I feel like I'm on West too. I'm on West, chat. I'm restarting. I'm on West. I'm on 60 ping. That's pretty good for 60 ping. That didn't look bad, right? Okay, so my first tip for people that want to get good on keyboard mouse. Here, first of all, before I get into tips, I'm going to answer all the questions that I was getting in stream when I was grinding keyboard mouse every day. The main questions I'd be getting are like, so why aren't you just Kovaxing? And the reason I'm not just Kovaxing is because I want to get my mechanics to a level where I feel comfortable being on keyboard mouse in case anything goes wrong at a fast-paced situation in game. So you have to grind your mechanics. Controller, shut up. I'm not even touching you. Nothing's touching you. You're not unplugging. You're on the side. Now I'm touching it. So you want to get your mechanics good enough so you can play it in the top tier lobby. That's the point. For those of you that don't understand what I'm doing here, this is the clip that kind of explains all your guys' questions that you may have. I'm just going to play this so it'll be in the video. The reason I don't use double movement is because it locks your input on keyboard mouse. So if I do double movement, I won't be able to switch from keyboard mouse to controller in game because double movement locks your input. So I can't do it. Edit and release. The reason I don't play edit and release is because I don't play edit and release on controller. So I pick up a keyboard and I get used to edit and release on keyboard. I would have to go to my inventory, into my settings to switch it in game, and I'm not doing that. The reason I need mechanical practice and I'm not just aim training is because if my mechanics suck, then I'm a liability and my movement's going to be really bad. I'm going to get sniped and it's going to be really shitty, and I have to have good mechanics and know what I'm doing. So if something bad happens in game while I happen to be on keyboard, then I'm not, we're good. That makes sense, right? Why keyboard mouse for Surge? Controller Surge sucks. Any controller players AR shots aren't that good compared to keyboard mouse players. I'm not full screening, stop. So I'm getting it better on keyboard, and I'm going to keep playing controller because that's my brand and I'm good on controller, and I just need keyboard mouse for tags. That's it. I'm already way better. That's basically the clip for anyone wondering. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them down below. But basically the point is I played it and I grinded it so I could be as good as I can. So when I had to hop on it in a stacked lobby, I can, and I do, and it is very effective. I have not had nearly as many surge issues this season as I have in the past, and it has helped me a ton. Now, if you're on the flip side here, we're going to get into these videos, tips. This is where the video is kind of going to begin. We're going to be doing tips like on how to improve, how I got so good so fast. Not saying I'm anything special because I'm definitely not, but I did truly improve faster rate than I thought I would. My shot was pretty good. My ability to build was 10 times better than it was in the past. So this is just going to be a video trying to help you guys improve on keyboard and mouse. Okay, guys, I can do this here. Now, one of the biggest tips, tip number one that I would give you guys. This is a tip for people who have never played or aren't good, right? Now, one thing that may be holding you back or maybe affecting your gameplay and how you improve fast, especially if you're a very new beginning player, is bad binds. Now, bad binds are fine, and some people do use bad binds, and obviously it doesn't matter if you use bad binds. It's whatever, who cares. F key binds are in the game, people use them. I think one of the best things you could do is start yourself up without a handicap. You know what I mean? Don't be handicapped while playing the game originally, because you may as well put yourself in the best situation to improve so you don't have to switch your binds later on. Like, you may as well give yourself the most optimal binds. So there's one flaw with my binds currently, and there's only one flaw with my binds. As far as I've known, I've talked to pro players. I've looked at the most optimal binds in the game. I've thought about it. I'm like a big binds guy. I love improving my binds. I love theory crafting binds and finding the best ones. So far, the only issue I can say is the F for edit bind is potentially a problem because of my movement, but that's it, and I'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so my normal movement binds. Wait, why is W not bound? Maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know. But W's not bound. I have auto sprint on, whatever, but it's still working. I think. Wait, yeah, I can still move. I don't know. I have auto sprint, so maybe that's why. So binds. Okay, I am actually going to go into this map because I hate this annoying cave sounds. Normal binds WASD. I think I have auto sprint, so that doesn't really matter. Auto run is this. Crouch. Ready? So one of the things for me that I've always done on keyboard mouse games when I have played keyboard mouse in the past is you shift as crouch, and I know this may seem daunting or scary. Control crouch isn't that bad, and I got used to it at a pretty fast rate. So control for crouch with my pinky. If you're not good at using your pinky like I was, don't be scared. I think grinding it will help you a ton, and you'll eventually just learn situations where you need to do it, and your pinky will automatically start doing it if you learn it. Control crouch really isn't bad at all, so I don't think that's an issue. These are normal. My reload is R, which is the normal reload bind. Harvesting tool is V, which is completely fine. I use that with my thumb. I use C, V, X with my thumb when I need to, and map obviously for M with my thumb. Learn to use your thumb is something I never was able to do in the past, and I'm still not good at, but I'm better now than I was, and it's really not an uncomfortable thing for me anymore. I wasn't able to do it in the beginning, and I wasn't able to use my pinky at all. My old binds were really bad. So my weapon binds as of right now. Now, some people may say these are kind of weird. Some people may not like these binds. Q and E are my weapon slot. Wait. Yeah. Okay, so the reason I have it set up like this, and you can do whatever you want. When I'm on controller, I have my shotgun first slot, AR fifth slot. So what I do is I do weapon slot 1 is E, And then I just organize my inventory the exact same as I would if I was on controller. I keep my weapons the same. I use Q for my first slot, which is my AR, because it's my last slot. You know what I mean? And then I use E for my first slot, which is my shotgun. So I go Q, AR, E is that. E is my first slot. You can put them in anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Weapon slot 2, 3, 4, super easy keys to hit. Z with my ring finger is super easy key to hit as well. These are solid binds. You can copy my binds if you want. I would recommend it, to be honest. I think I got very good very fast, and I think it's solid to start with. They're all pretty optimal. Like I said, left shift, or sorry, left control while crouching is for crouch is solid. My wall is this button on my mouse. It's the top. You guys can probably see this side of my mouse, my G Pro super light. The top of it is wall right here, and this is stare. So I wall stare like that with my thumb, and it's really fluid. It feels natural. It feels easy. My floor is C. I use that with the tip of my thumb, and I press spacebar kind of with like the bottom of my thumb right here, like around my palm, and I use it with C with the tip. And then my comb is left shift, and I use that with my pinky, and I think that's a really solid bind. The reason you don't want your wall and floor and binds to be like QE. God, I almost feel like I should show the keyboard to the camera here. I'll explain movement binds and why they matter so much. Ready? So with a keyboard, oh, that is gross. Okay, whatever. Definitely have not washed my keyboard in a while. Not a keyboard player. Whatever, it's pretty dirty, pretty dusty. I usually can't even see that because it's a pretty dark spot. Not cleaning it, don't care. Okay, so where is it? So WASD right here, right? The reason you want, so I use left shift for my pinky, right? That's cone right here. This is my cone button. This is my floor button. So I use my thumb. And then my mouse does my wall ramp. So if that makes any sense to you, I don't have to take my fingers off my movement, off WASD, to press floor, cone, or wall ramp, which are on my mouse, remember. So my movement is completely fluid while pressing all my build buttons. The only issue is when I press F, which is my edit key, I can't move to the right because I take my finger off D. That's my only issue. Otherwise, if you want, you can edit with your thumb, say with like V or something, because then you can still use floor here and V with your thumb, if that makes any sense. So you have fluid movement binds. You never have to take your middle finger, index. You never have to take these fingers off that. The only time I take my fingers off my movement is to press my guns, like this Q or E, or my weapon slots, which is like 3, 4, and like 5, or 3, 4, and like Z. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Basically, you want to keep your binds as optimal as possible by making it so you can still move with WASD without taking your fingers off those keys. You can place builds and everything, and that means you have optimal binds. You have binds that don't affect each other, they don't change. So watch. Ready? I think binds are huge in this game. You can copy my binds if you want. I'll just scroll through them here. I'll go back to the other screen. So I'll full scroll through them right now just so you can see my keyboard binds, because I think they're very solid. If you want to use mine, feel free. You know, they're all basic. It's all basic binds. Nothing's really too crazy. I have scroll wheel bound, obviously scroll wheel up for interact. I see, like I scroll wheel up for this. I also have a double bound, so I want to say here, I'll go back to this cam now for the gameplay. When I pick them up, I have the shotgun and AR slots bound. So ready? I'll go to free build on east now. It's floor for C. Okay, so like, watch this. I can double edit, and I can run while double editing, if this makes sense, because I have edit on F key. I can hold D, or A, sorry, I can hold A. So I can be running to the left while I do things, while I press edit. I can literally, how do I explain this in the best way possible? Like, I can run to the left diagonal and still edit something. Watch. How do I like show this in a good way? So watch, I'll run diagonal to the left. I have to be on wall, bro. I'll run diagonal. I keep pressing my gun. I'll run diagonal to the left, and I can still edit running left. But I cannot edit running right, and that is like the only flaw in my binds. So I have to stop and start running straight to edit because I press F, which takes my finger off the D key, if that makes any sense. So like I said, you could edit with like V or something. That'd probably make your bind slightly more optimal. But realistically, it's not that big of a deal. It's not much of a game changer. I do think binds are super important when it comes to getting used to things, because if you're getting used to things, obviously anyone can get used to good binds, bad binds. It really doesn't matter in the long run. But for the, you know, if you're going to grind it for years, like bad binds really don't make that much of a difference. But if you're going to grind it for a short period of time, bad binds are a problem. And you should probably just, you know, if you don't have that much time to put in, just start with like some basic binds. I think having good binds will start you off with a good foundation. So starting with good binds if you're a very beginner is huge. And if you're bad on your current binds, may as well switch to some better ones. And I currently think I have really good binds. I've talked to a lot of pros, like I said, and they said I have good binds, and they're pretty optimal. And just knowledge of binds and how the game works and how movement works, they're pretty optimal. So if you want to switch to mine, feel free. You can pretty much use whatever you want though. Secondly, I think a good way to improve like significantly is to just free build and get down like tarp, tunnel, get down tunneling with your movement and everything. It's really not that difficult on keyboard, but like it is something that is extremely important in the game. Okay, guys, part one, like I said, having good binds, having binds that are set up. Part two, I think what we're going to talk about is actually learning those binds and actually learning how to play the game the right way. So for example, when you have to tarp, C is my floor. So I have to get used to pressing C and then wall, which is on my mouse. Like all I'm doing here to learn this is just pressing C and doing what I have to do and learning the muscle memory of using those binds and using them at the right time, having them press down with my left click on my mouse at the right time. So like something that's very important is, say you want to go for double hit, you want to learn how to double hit, right? You want to place things in the correct order, if that makes sense. So when I place my ramp and then I place my floor cone, I'm pressing C and then left shift, and I'm doing it in the correct order, you know? And then you can go for edits, and then you have to worry about placing other things. The point is, like, don't just press your binds because they know they're there. Like, you know where they are. Press them in the correct order and learn, like, build positive muscle memory instead of building negative muscle memory where you're kind of just flailing your fingers around the keyboard because you have an idea of knowing where things are. Take it slow at first. Be very methodical about how you place builds and everything, and I think that'll help you in the long run a ton when it comes to learning your actual binds and not just, like, half-ass improving. You know what I mean? Like, you really want to improve the right way, and I think a big part of improving the right way is taking your time with things. Like I said, take your time learning how to do different things. When you go to edit, when you want to do something like this, nope, I'm holding wall and then I'm pressing my ramp, and then I edit walls, ramp, like I just flip my ramp like that, edit, and then if I want to double edit, I press my floor, I'm holding, like, look, I place my ramp up, I'm holding left click right now on ramp, and then if I want to double edit, I press floor, cone at that time. It's very important understanding the timing behind your binds and not just, like I said, flailing your fingers around, because it will improve you a ton. And when it comes to becoming faster, your fingers will build up the muscle memory doing it the right way. If you do things the wrong way, you're always going to be sloppy and you're not going to improve very much at all, which is obviously not what we want. You know, I haven't played in a while, so I'm a little bit rusty, but either way, I think if I played for a couple, like probably 10 more minutes, I could be like pretty warmed up. Really not that difficult. I think it's just how much time you're willing to put in as well. I'd say step 3 to improving is just how much time do you really have to put in and what are you working on. Like, I think one of the biggest things that people have issues with in Fortnite, whether it's controller or keyboard or just in general as like people or in life, not even a Fortnite thing necessarily, is taking accountability for their own mistakes. And while that can mean a number of different things in a number of different situations, I think one of the biggest things is like, what are you bad at and are you fixing that? So one of the issues I remember having is like this. I would say I would double edit. For example, it's a good example. I would double it. I go like that. I'd put this cone here. Why can't I not edit that? That's so weird. All right, I put the cone here and I want to hit a side jump. So I'd go to hit the side jump and I'd fall. I mean, like that. That was pretty much, I tried to hit it. I'm not going to lie, but you know, one of the things you want to work on is hitting that consistently and getting above the ramp. And then when I turn around to do this, I want to place these in the right order like that. But when I first did it, I was kind of flailing my builds around a lot and I didn't really know exactly what I want to do. And I'd probably just be like that. And you know, it's just not effective. You got to take your time with things, learn how to do it the right way. One of the benefits I have is I can just step on controller and be like, okay, I used to do this, for example, or you can just watch them. This goes for watching people too. One of the benefits I have of being a pro controller player is that I can literally hop on my controller like this and I can be like, okay, what am I doing wrong? How do I do that retake? So what I want to do, like ready on keyboard, is this. I want to hit the side jump and I want to do this with the box up top, double edit, triple edit, whatever, and get through. So for me on controller, I didn't know how to do that on keyboard the right way, but I'm a controller player. I know how to do it on controller. So I was looking at my builds. I'm like, ramp, I place the cone, I jump and I press my, okay, say I messed up there. That's fine though. So I jump and I press my floor ramp in that order. So on keyboard, I tell myself, hey, okay, so I need to press cone like this and I need to jump above. I need to press floor ramp and land above it. And that took some time to get used to. If you were in my stream while I was getting used to it, you know how hard I struggle with this, but floor ramp like that. And then on controller, once you hit that floor ramp, you want to go, I was wondering what I did. So I'd hold my wall like that. I'd go floor ramp again and then ramp out and then cone. So I was like, okay, now how do I bring that to keyboard? I jump, hit floor ramp. God, I'm like missing the end on top. I jump, floor ramp. See, it's not easy. And now I'm pressing wall because I did it on controller. Floor ramp, ramp out, cone, wall. And it's just like, and that doesn't, you don't have to be a pro player to do stuff like that, guys. You have to just be someone who is willing to learn and put in the time. It's like, I struggled with like those binds exactly in that exact, for that exact retake that I just did. for a while. I'm not gonna lie, it took me a good bit to really get that one down, but it's just learning things the right way is really important. You can look up a video, you can look up a VOD of someone doing a retake, and just learn the muscle memory of placing things in the right order and at the right time, and take your time with it. I cannot stress this enough. Taking your time is one of the most important things you can possibly do in this game, because learning too fast might make you just throw builds all around and be uncomfortable while you're playing, and that is not something we're looking for to, in terms, that will not lead to actual improvement. You know what I mean? You want to have true improvement and not just fake improvement, if that makes any sense. You don't want to just improve fast with like bad mechanics. You want to keep it simple and learn. One of the best things I can do, I think you guys can do as well, outside of learning mechanics, now that you've learned how to grind mechanics properly, hopefully that's good enough for you. Hopefully you guys learn and that helped you a little bit. Obviously something crazy. I think binds are super important, and this is important, like learning how and when to use your binds. I think using a map like the 1v1 course and just finding a friend, you can go anywhere, and using this map, not even gonna go into it because I've showed you guys this map a million times in my aim training thing. I think obviously fighting people is one of the best ways to do it. I think one really good way to learn is going to the like Panville's like 3v3 map, like simple trio zone wars like this, like Panville's map. You just go in here, you can use this code if you want. It just takes you into a trio zone wars game, and you fight against like bots basically, and you improve your aim. You fight against real people. They're not bots. You fight against real people. You want to improve your aim and your tarping and mechanics. And this is the perfect way to do it, because the people you play against aren't that good. They're pretty much new players. There's no like, not a lot of pros running around in these, but they're really realistic situations. You have to tarp, you have to be able to fight, you have to be able to be aware of your situation. I think playing these on keyboard is what truly made me improve a ton. What I would do is I would practice my aim, I'd practice my mechanics for probably a couple of hours, maybe an hour or two, and then I'd go into that and I would just play. And I'd try to use them in real game situations, and then I'd feel really confident. So don't let your guard get taken down based on that map, because I'd feel really confident when I was free building, playing with myself, and then I would go into that map and I would get destroyed, and I wouldn't be able to use my mechanics that I just practiced. Do not be worried. Using mechanics in higher pressure situations is very difficult. It's not easy. So I think one of the hardest things you can do and learn how to do is to use those mechanics in the right way and in the proper situations. Using them by yourself is one thing. Using them against other players when the pressure's on is very different. So do not get discouraged. After a couple weeks of doing this, where I would go from free building and trying to work on my mechanics by myself with those helpful maps, I would be good, and then I would go play against those people and I would get destroyed. So do not get discouraged at all. Trust me, it's the way to go. Another map you can use is the 1v1. Where is it? 1v1. I think it's like aim trainer map. You can use any of them. I have multiple videos on it. Where is it? Raiders 1v1 aim trainer, huge aim trainer. I think you can fill up and queue with random people and aim with them. If you have a friend, fill up and 1v1 practice with this. It'll improve your keyboard aim significantly. I know it helped me in a very short period of time. All right, let's go into this map. Like I said, this map helped me improve significantly in a pretty short period of time. Trio zone wars. I like to do the trio one because you can play with teammates, you play with friends, and it helps you keep your situational awareness up around multiple people that you're fighting, not just one. Like I said, guys, I haven't done this in months, so go easy. Haven't done this in months, so go easy on me. When I'm about to get destroyed, probably. Oh god, I'll play like 5 rounds of this for the video. No teammates. Solo squatting, solo trioing. Noob. Dominated. Wasn't even close, actually. Oh god, haven't pressed these binds in a while. Spam crouch like all the sweaty keyboarders do when they're playing. Make sure to abuse the wheel chat. Got a tank zone here. Get in, get in, get in. Oh god, no. That was bad. Don't be afraid, guys. Also, if your awareness is off, like, don't try not to feel uncomfortable if your awareness is really off while you're playing too, because it is very difficult to get your awareness down. While you're playing on a different input. It's like I'm getting 1v3'd now from above. I wish I had some teammates. This would make this a whole lot easier. Oh, just cut that out. Edit that out. Edit that out. I haven't played in a month. Not warmed up. Edit that out. I actually let this guy kill me because I knew if I killed him, his confidence would have been down. He would have left the game, and I want to keep as many people in here as possible so I can keep improving. You know what I mean? I do think Kovacs is super important too, guys. If you can transfer your sensitivity into a Kovacs routine from Fortnite, I think that'd be huge. I think Kovacs is super important with your aim. Regardless of what people say, you'll definitely see improvement if you Kovacs regularly. If you really do want to improve in keyboard. For me, obviously, like I probably don't really need to Kovacs too much. I'm really just working on long distance aim, which isn't that difficult on keyboard. I actually think it's pretty easy from a distance. Like I've never had like bad aim with it. You know, I worked on more so my mechanics, so I just wouldn't get caught out in bad situations. But for you guys, if you want to keep playing it like realistically, you probably should just use you probably should Kovacs more than I did. You know, add already, bro. Get your launch pad. Oh no. Noob. Oh my god, keyboard tarps on point, chat. Keyboard tarps on point. It's like I'm tarping for a whole trio without having a trio. Oh my god, aiming so easy. They talk about needing aim assist. Yeah, right. Who needs aim assist when you have keyboard? I don't have that many mats. My binds. Crouch. That's not fair. They tag teamed me. I was tag teamed there. That's not fair at all. Yeah, cut that out. Make it look like I never die. I think Master Shifu wins this. Not gonna lie. Oh, it's not looking good. How come every time my prediction... Okay, I didn't know Vince was a demon. That's not really fair. I didn't know he was nasty. Yeah, so, I mean, if this will definitely help you put those practice mechanics into action, you know what I mean? Like, it really does get you playing against actual players, you know what I mean? Not just your own. Not that these guys are like too good or anything, but it gets you playing against real people. A lot of the time I do get teammates, but I'm streaming. People always come on my team as well. So I'm kind of used to that. Oh my god, I got a spizzy. Weird. Oh my god, I have a teammate. Wait, I'm permanently ADSing. What is happening? Piping for you, brother. Tank and zone a little bit for the tarps. This could be a bad round for me. Let's go, teammates. Tell me what you got, bro. Pepper for you. Wait. Oh my god, that's my teammate. Let's go, teammate. Tarp for me. Tell me what you got. All right, I'm tarping for you because you don't got it, clearly. 170. I'm crazy. I'm built different. Oh no. No, I'm so bad. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Come on. Let me in. Hope you guys learned something. Hopefully I can help you guys out a little bit. I think I won like 4 or 5 of the 5 rounds I played. I think my editor probably just messed up and cut them all out because I don't think I even died there. Hopefully this helped you out a ton. Like I said, practice your aim, get some good binds. Teach yourself the right way, learn the right way, take your time with it, don't rush into it, and I think you guys will improve a ton. Keyboard's very effective for Surge or just playing the game in general. Some of the keyboard players are the best players in the game. If you really do want to learn, I hope this video helped. If it did, leave a like. See you guys in the next video. Peace.